I wish I could tell you that I tried all of these fans so that you wouldn't have to. No, sis. I tried all of these fans because these hot flashes had me fighting for my life. So now you get the benefit from my suffering. Welcome to the Perimenopause Fan Olympics. There comes a point in every woman's life when she has to ask herself one very important question. Which fan is coming with me? Because I've tried the neck fan, the basic handheld fan, the cute little folding fan, and then there's her. And the fan that I thought I needed actually wasn't the one that ended up going everywhere with me. Because apparently my internal thermostat is now being managed by somebody who has absolutely no qualifications. And after several months, I have accumulated a collection. I have handheld fans, a neck fan. I have fans that fold. They have battery displays. I have one that has a metal plate that actually gets cold. And at this point, I have accidentally become a Consumer Reports for hot flashes and fans. But here's what surprised me. I actually thought the question was, which fan blows the strongest? That wasn't actually the question that I needed answered. The real question was, when a hot flash hits me out in the real world, which one do I actually want in my hand? Because one of these went from another fan I bought to something I took all the way to Barbados with me. And sis, Barbados in July, that was not the trip to take just any fan. I needed the best fan for the job. But before we get to Barbados, the fans had to compete. And before we start, quick disclosure, because some of the fan links in the description are of affiliate links. So if you buy something through one of them, I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you. I bought and used all of these fans myself, and I'm going to tell you what I actually think about them. Let's bring out contestant number one, the neck fan. Theoretically, this thing makes perfect sense. You turn it on, it has 5 settings. You put it around your neck, and now you have air blowing while both of your hands are completely free. So if I'm cleaning, cooking, doing my makeup, riding my bike, walking around outside, it's great. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm getting air like right here, right here, right here. And I actually do like it. But then I had an actual hot flash. And that's when I discovered something. When my body suddenly decides, ma'am, today we're going to simulate August in hell for the next 4 minutes. I don't want a gentle breeze somewhere in the general vicinity of my neck. I want air on my face immediately. So the neck fan definitely has a job. It's just not my first responder. But let's rate it. So for convenience, I would give the neck fan 4 stars. Cooling power, 3. Portability, 4. Hot flash emergency, 3. So overall, this would be about a 3.5 out of 5. But it's best for hands-free cooling. All right, let's talk about contestant number 2, the basic backup. Now, this one, she's not fancy. There's no cooling plate. She doesn't fold. There's no digital display. She doesn't turn into a stand. She is not doing gymnastics. You literally turn her on. It goes from 25 to 100. So there's 4 settings. Air comes out. That's the assignment. And you know what? She understands her assignment. The airflow is good. She's small enough to throw in your purse, keep in your desk drawer, or stashed somewhere as an emergency backup. Because there's nothing quite like being halfway to wherever you're going and suddenly realizing I left my fan at home. At this stage of life, that's basically realizing you left your phone. Now, would I choose this one over all of the others? No. But would I keep her as the understudy waiting backstage in case the star doesn't show? Absolutely. I keep this one in my car. I make sure she's charged. So if I forget one and can't go back, at least I have this. So her rating, convenience, I would say 4 stars. Cooling power, 3.5, 4 stars. Portability, 4 stars. Hot flash emergency, 3.5 stars. Overall, she's about a 3.5 out of 5. It's best for like a backup. Keep it in your purse, keep it in your car. She's not the star of the show, but she definitely knows her lines. Now, contestant number 3 is a pink folding fan. Now, she's cute, she's compact, she folds. She does have multiple speeds, so when I turn her on, she has a battery display, so I can know what battery she's on. Right now, I'm at 87. And I love the battery display because there's nothing like having a fan and thinking it's fully charged, and it's not. But here's what I really like about this one. She folds, right? So I can sit it down while I'm doing my makeup, sitting at my desk, eating outside, whatever. I don't have to hold it the entire time. And for the price, this was really a good everyday purse fan. And for a while, I thought that this was as good as it was going to get when it came to little handheld fans until I bought one more. But let's score this one first. Convenience, I would give her 5 stars. Cooling power, 4 stars. Portability, 5 stars. Hot flash emergency, 4 stars. Overall, she was a 4 out of 5. This is best for an everyday purse fan, tabletop use. She's cute, compact, dependable. She definitely came to compete. Now, then I met her. And I need to admit something. I was skeptical. It has a metal cooling plate in the center. And when I bought it, I thought, okay, cute little feature. I read the reviews and I thought, how much of a difference can this possibly make? Turns out, huge difference. So when you turn it on, it does have a digital display, right? Goes up to 100, but there's a separate button over here. You press that button and that activates the cooling plate. And I've actually seen the condensation on the plate while I've used it, but that's not even what sold me. Like this, like I literally put it in my face and it took my breath away because it was cool air hitting my face. And a lot of these other fans, they just kind of move around warm air. This one is completely different. But I was like, maybe it's just me. And then brunch happened. I'm in a brunch club, and one day I noticed the woman at the table was hot. She was sweating, and she was already using her own handheld fan. So clearly, sis came prepared, except it didn't look like it was helping. And I'm just like several seats away thinking, I know that look. So I pulled out my cooling fan and started passing it down the table and asking some of the other ladies, can y'all pass this to her? And when it got to her, I told her, turn it on and then press the button on the left. That's the cooling feature. She did. And you could see the relief on her face. But then the woman sitting beside her started saying, wait, I can feel it too. Now everybody wanted to know where I got it. So there I was at brunch, pulling up my Amazon order and sending out the link. Looking back, I really should have had affiliate links then, but that was the first time I thought, okay, maybe it's not just me, right? Then came the final exam, or at least what I thought was the final exam, the Barbados test. I took it to Barbados with me. And out of all the fans, this was the one I ended up using basically the entire trip. One day we went on a party cruise, sis. That boat was packed. People everywhere. It's Barbados. It's July. And if you've ever been to Barbados in July, it is hot. And we're on this boat surrounded by bodies. You can imagine the temperature. And at some point, I looked over and saw another woman. And immediately, I knew she was having a hot flash. And this poor woman was trying to stay cool herself. Y'all, with a napkin. A napkin. I felt so bad for her. Oh my gosh. I pulled out my fan because this was definitely an emergency situation. I got her attention. I handed her the fan. Now, I had already turned the fan on. I turned on the cooling feature. So all she had to do was put it up to her face. And there it was again. That look of relief. And that's the moment this stopped being funny to me for a second. Because I started noticing women going through hot flashes everywhere. Restaurants, stores, work, airports, vacation. We're still talking, we're still working, we're still socializing, and we're still trying to look completely normal. Meanwhile, inside our bodies, ma'am, there is a 5 alarm fire happening. And most of the people around us have absolutely no idea what we're going through. But when you've experienced it, you see her. I saw that woman with her napkin, and I knew. I saw the woman at brunch, and I knew because I've been her. Now I kept this on because I wanted you to see the condensation in the plate. It's cold. This thing is amazing. And when you have something in your hand that might give another woman a little relief, here, sis, take the fan. We'll figure everything else out later. But here's the thing, this kept happening. And I thought Barbados would be the end of my official field testing. But no, yesterday I was at an event and the woman from the brunch came up to me. Remember the woman I passed my fan to? She bought one. And she came over specifically to tell me, I love that fan. Which, first of all, I need Amazon to understand the amount of unpaid labor I have performed here. But then I met 5 new women at the event. And one of them had a handheld fan that cost $150. Now, she pulled it out and she was using it and she loved her fan. So naturally, this turned into Perimenopause Fan Olympics Luxury Edition. She pulled out that $150 fan. I pulled out my $20 cooling plate fan, and we all started comparing them. Everybody tried mine, everybody tried hers, and the consensus was basically, wait, this is a $20 fan? Everybody wanted the link. And I'm thinking, okay, This little fan is getting a suspicious amount of attention, right? Then today, I get on the elevator in my apartment building, and the air conditioner in the elevator is out. Now, I live in a high rise, so naturally, this was a day that the elevator apparently needed to stop on every single floor. And it's 102 degrees outside. Oklahoma has been sitting in the hundreds for weeks. That elevator was hot, stuffy, miserable. So naturally, I had my fan going. And a woman standing next to me, she says, "Where did you get that fan?" She could feel the cold air from where she was standing. And I told her, Amazon. And I told her to search handheld cooling plate fan. It's about $20. And another woman behind me immediately goes, "I'm ordering one." At this point, I'm not even demonstrating this fan anymore. This fan is recruiting customers by itself. And I think that's why this fan has become my favorite. Because at this point, it's not just that I like it. I've watched women notice it at brunch, on vacation, at events, and standing behind me in an elevator. Yes, I like the cooling feature. I like the airflow. Yes, it survived Barbados. But somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't actually looking for the fan with the longest list of features. I was looking for the fan I trust when a hot flash hits, the one I'm actually going to carry, the one I'm going to reach for, and apparently the one I'm going to pass down the brunch table or hand a complete stranger on a boat. So far, after extensive, completely unsolicited field testing, we have our Perimenopause Fan Olympics champion. And here's her score. For convenience, 5 stars. Cooling power, 5 stars. Portability, 5 stars. Hot flash emergency, 5 stars. This fan gets a 5 out of 5, and it's best for a code red hot flash. She understands the assignment. She studied for the exam, and she graduated with honors. She's going in the purse. She's going on vacation. She's coming to brunch. She's coming to the cookout. If I'm going somewhere and there's even a possibility that my estrogen might act foolish, she's invited. And here's a sentence I never imagined I'd say when I was younger. I have a favorite fan, not a favorite perfume, not a favorite lipstick, a fan. This is where we are. But perimenopause has taught me something. Sometimes the smallest things can give you a little bit of your life back. Now, fan isn't going to stop perimenopause. It is not going to prevent a hot flash. But if having one in my purse means that I can go to brunch, I can get on a plane, take vacation, go to dinner, enjoy myself, and keep it moving, it'll be in my purse. Actually, I'll have one in my purse and one in my car because I am not getting caught outside with the dead battery. And now, when I see another woman going through it in public, I understand. I see you, sis, because I've been her too. We may not control when the hot flash arrives, but we can absolutely be ready when she gets here. And apparently, sometimes we can be ready for the woman standing next to us too. If you're looking for a fan, I've linked the ones that I've actually tested below, including my favorite. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you refuse to leave at home because of perimenopause. Because apparently mine is a fan. Who knew? And if you're going through the transition too, subscribe to Sis, It's the Pause. We're figuring this thing out together, one hot flash at a time.